This is my audience. All right. So today, my informative speech will be about how to make hay. Farmers, a lot of farmers make their own hay for their cattle that they'll feed them in the winter. And then also people sometimes sell hay as a side business if they have cattle and they don't need as much hay. I personally have been mowing hay fields and pastures for the last 4 years with my job. I think it's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it. It keeps you active. And it's just a really cool process. Carl Fracoli said that making dry hay has several steps and machines needed to complete the process. In order to complete this process yourself, you're going to need at least one tractor to pull the equipment, a hay mower, a hay rake, and then a hay baler. And all of those machines can be pulled behind the same tractor in most cases. So my first main point is going to be how to mow the hay. There are two main different type of hay mowers. One's called a sickle mower, and then the other one is called a disc mower. A sickle mower has teeth that go along this long bar, and they'll vibrate and cut the hay like that. And then a disc mower, you can also call it a rotary mower, will have pods with one or two little blades on it, and they actually spin more like a traditional lawnmower. So next I will describe how to properly mow a hay field. Here I have my visual aid. As you can see, the hay mower is pulled to the side of the tractor. This is done this way so as you drive in the hay field, you're not actually mowing hay that you've already driven over in the tractor. This will cause the hay to fall down and then it won't get as much cut. You want to mow when the hay is standing as straight as you can with as little wind and moisture in the hay as you possibly can. Next, once you get into the field, you will need to start up your equipment, and then on the roads you pull these mowers behind the tractor, and you will fold it out once you get in the hay field, and then you'll start making some laps around the field. So if it's just a simple square field, you'll make just square laps around the entire field. This is done to give you room to turn when you're mowing the middle of the field. And this also helps you can look for any debris in the field that you don't want to mow over. So after you get those laps done, you will split the field into sections. You can have different number of sections depending on how big the field is and the shape of the field. Once you pick a section towards the end, you will mow as straight of a line as you can, and then pick the mower up off the ground so it's not mowing. What they call deadheading is driving without actually mowing, but the PTO and all the machinery is running to the other side, closer to the edge, and then you mow another straight line, and you just keep on doing this, picking it up, dropping it, going down those straight lines until you have a section done, and you'll just do that with as many sections as you have in the field. After you mow hay, you want it to sit until it dries before you rake the hay. The reason you do this is because after you mow hay, it lays really flat, but it's thin. And thin means it'll dry faster. And I'll describe how raked hay looks and why you want to do that now. So to rake the hay, you will need obviously a hay rake in the same tractor or a different tractor. There are different kinds of rakes, but they all have the same main purpose, is to turn up and kick up the hay into one bigger row and kind of pile it up. So most traditional mowers will fit 2 rake rows. So as you're raking, you're taking 2 of the rows that you mowed and combining them, so when you later have to bale it, you don't have to take as many rows and you have some more space to turn in. since it's been turned up, it's going to be in a thicker pile, and if it sits there and there's moisture at the bottom, sunlight and wind will not have a chance to get to that hay, which can lead to the hay getting tough and what they call rank, and it's just not as a quality of a product, and farmers just don't want really rank hay because the cows won't like it or eat it as much. And then you don't have to take any time from raking to baling, since you should have took that time in between mowing and raking. So this means if you have 2 tractors and the equipment that makes you able to do this, you can have 2 guys in, one raking and then one baling right behind him. And then my third main point is how to actually bale the hay. There are 2 kinds of balers depending on what shape and size of hay bale you want. There are square balers for smaller bales. This would be like if you have horses or not very many animals, so you don't want a big round bale of hay to sit out in the weather and get, again, rank or tough before the animals have enough chances to get it. And then to the second kind is a round baler, which makes a much larger bale of hay, and just this is for like feedlots and stuff with a lot of large animals and a large number of animals. This will help you not have to go in and feed hay as much, but also give animals a chance to eat it and keep track of how much you have left. So to bale the hay, you just simply drive straight over your rake rows with the hay equipment on and the ramp lowered. The baler will pick up the hay, and then after it gets in the machine, it'll be rolled into like sheets, and it'll just keep rolling, and it'll get bigger and bigger, the hay bale will, until it's to your preferred size. When it gets to your preferred size, you will stop, and the baler will actually automatically net up the bale. And then after that, you just kick the hay bale out of the baler and do that process until the field is done. Again, I really enjoy raking. I think it's a really good way to get outside and be involved in agriculture while also learning processes and just helping feed animals and whatever you need to sell it. Thank you.